Are you ready to upgrade to the home that fits your family best? Take the first step of that process by giving my girl Stacy Westfall a call. She's partnered with Apple Tree Realty in Howard County, where they have the knowledge and resources to help you reach your goals. Stacy has quickly become a successful realtor in our area, and I am so proud of her. She's not just a friend of mine, she's also a mother and a local firefighter. Buying and selling a house is stressful, and having someone professional and trustworthy in your corner can make all the difference. Give Stacy a call today at 765-461-1243 and follow her on Facebook at Stacy Westfall Realtor.
This is Jonathan Keith, and you're listening to Missing Midwest, a true crime podcast about those that have gone missing. Today's story is about a mother of 3 who left her children in the care of different people, then vanished. Did she run away, or was she met with foul play? Someone knows something. Hello.
We are alive.
Goodness.
Well, I'm grateful for all of you that missed out. I'm a little concerned with the lack of, I'm grateful for those that reached out. I'm a little concerned with the lack of you that did reach out.
We were missing,
and a lot of you did reach out to see if we were okay, but the ones that didn't, you're getting your true crime badge taken away because, we literally dropped off the face of the planet.
Well, the thing is they can see that we're still posting the murder in Midwest, so they knew we were alive.
That's true. But somebody was posting and trying to make people think we were.
But my goodness, I was telling Kayla here a minute ago, we haven't posted a Missing Midwest episode since Thanksgiving, and that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about our last month.
Literally, Thanksgiving hit. After Thanksgiving, actually, it was the Sunday or the Saturday after Thanksgiving because we went to the emergency room Sunday morning.
Yep.
Raylan started it off, kicked it off right after Black Friday on that Sunday with influenza A and an ear infection, and it went downhill quickly, y'all.
We all took turns.
Strep throat. Roman had strep. We all got flu A. Flu A turned into bronchitis and pneumonia for me and Johnny.
Then our school had this puking fit that everybody got.
The Comet Vomit 2.0.
Yeah.
It happened a couple of years ago. They literally closed the school down to sanitize it because so many people were absent and puking.
I thought they were going to have to.
This year, it kind of timed up with a weekend, so they just sanitized over the weekend.
Yeah.
Puke for everybody. I mean, it literally, you guys, Christmas was the first week that we weren't sick.
Yeah.
We actually got to enjoy Christmas not being sick.
But the thing was, everything that we had planned to do in December, we didn't do until the week of Christmas. Nope. So then we had 1,000 things to do.
It was crazy. And then even since then, it's just been crazier. Raylan she's teething. And so she's not sleeping now. And so the time that we used to record has vanished. And so we've been trying to figure out a new routine with everybody and her. I mean, we don't really.
She's too vocal to be able to hold while we do this. The little squeaks that you heard a couple months ago.
She learned how to ba-ba-ba.
No, she would. I was gonna say she'd be putting her input. She'd be throwing her input in all episode.
But she also doesn't like to sleep. So right now, I literally just rocked her to sleep and put her in her bed. And I told John, I was like, get the microphone. We're gonna record an episode. I guarantee you, she wakes up.
We had somebody watch our kids last week for a couple hours. And we're like, okay, we're gonna record both episodes. And Kayla's episode was an hour plus the Murdered Midwest from last week. So then by the time we got to my episode, we had to do a couple of things. We ran out of time. I was like, well, so we're figuring life out. We're trying. We're excited to continue the podcast. Thank you for listening.
We're still here.
Yes, we're approaching 30,000 downloads. In fact, if you're listening to this anytime after Saturday, we've probably hit 30,000 downloads, which is awesome. You guys are awesome. We're thankful for you. We're sorry we've been missing, but we're back, and we're getting our lives together for 2025. Our word for the year is success and forward. And so Missing Midwest is a part of it. We care about it. We enjoy doing it. So here we go. Happy New Year. Let's keep this thing rolling.
We hope you all had a good Christmas, and we hope it was better than ours. I mean,
our Christmas was awesome.
Our
Christmas break was awesome. Our December up until then, it was rough. if there are ever times where we have to miss Missing Midwest episode, we're not missing Murder Midwest episodes.
No, we always.
I think we did have to miss 2, but that was in like dire situations.
We did, yeah, we did miss.
We
2,
were dying,
and we apologize to our subscribers for that. I know we lost a few of you because you were mad at us, but we hope you come back. We will make it up to you somehow or another.
Yep.
But we literally, those 2 that we missed, that was like that was the ER time. We were real sick.
Well, and then like the one, it was like I think the week after Christmas maybe, but it was like we were just getting our lives together.
It was crazy. And so yeah. But we typically, even if we missing, if you see that we didn't post, something happened to us. I'd probably broke a bone or something. But and so, but yeah, we usually have a backlog of Murdered Midwest at least stocked up, so we can always post for you guys for that. So
yep. And subscriptions are only $5 now. It comes with stickers. There's over 60 bonus episodes. So if you're like, you know what, I could use more Missing Midwest in my 2025.
To be working out in 2025 because you made a New Year's resolution to do so, you should definitely do so while listening to all of the backlogs of Murdered Midwest. You're welcome. And then by the time you give up on your New Year's resolution, the 60 episodes will be done anyway. So it'll last you for the next month.
This is Kayla with her motivational speaking.
Motivational speaking by me.
Good grief. You can do it. Stick with that New Year's resolution.
For at least a month until the Murdered Midwest episodes are out, and then you can stop. I have no New Year's resolutions, did you? We don't do New Year's resolutions. We usually pick a word.
We pick a word. Yeah. Forward was my word. Success was Kayla's.
I want to be successful in my podcast and my businesses, friendships, marriage, all of it. So
I like it.
Anything else that we need to catch up on? I'm not going to break my legs.
Yeah, let's not break any bones in 2025.
I should have made that my resolution.
There you go. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, everything's going good other than now that we've got our health back.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more updates or announcements.
I don't think so. Let's roll. You ready?
Well, I was going to say one thing. So subscriptions are $5. We said that. We have a couple spots open for sponsors.
That's true. That's true.
Year, so
we do have at least one slot available for somebody that wants to sponsor the podcast. Reach out to us.
Shout out to Humble Home, Bo Digital, Stacy Westfall, and Stanley Cleaning. Those are the 4 we have going right now, right?
Yep. All right. So my case for today, again in the intro, we mentioned
that was heavy.
Mother of 3, left children different places. And then vanished. So this is one of those episodes where you're just like, good grief, you know. Like I think I kept saying good grief to myself when I was lining up this episode.
All the time, so.
I decided to stay in Indiana.
Okay.
Because it's like that's where most of our listeners are, and I wanted to come back in where we started, Indiana. You know, that's where we are. So we have now done over 20 episodes in Indiana between Missing and Murdered. So that's kind of cool. All right. Today we're going to Royerton, Indiana.
I've heard of this.
Its population is 203. It's a very small town. It is just like northeast of Muncie. So a lot of our Indiana people know where Muncie is. You're real close to Royerton when you get to Muncie. Small town. But
I remember this.
Yeah, I think with like we would drive from Taylor to Muncie, we would see signs for it. I'm not sure if we ever would have driven through it, but it's like on the northeast side. Yeah, we've definitely been close to Royerton, if not right through it. But yeah, it's
school right there. Is that Westdale? Isn't that like that area?
I think Westdale would be like on the other side of Muncie, but maybe not. I don't know. You can look it up. It's like 7 miles away from Muncie, so it's not like right in there. But yeah, just north, not too far from here. From where we're at right now, it's like an hour and a half, maybe. Okay, so this is fairly recent, September 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we had just gotten married then, you know.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did just celebrate.
Yeah. Wedding. Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary.
We forgot about it until on the way to church.
It's like, oh yeah. But yeah, September 2013. Ashley Mullis. It was actually Ashley Morris. And then she had gotten married. And her last name became Mullis, but she was in the middle of a separation at this time. So
okay.
I'm assuming she was planning on going back to Morris. I don't know, maybe not. Everywhere she's listed as Ashley Morris Mullis. Okay.
Okay.
So she gave birth to a baby girl.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave baby girl's name out of this episode, mainly because she may very well be growing up around here. Yeah.
Bo Digital is the secret ingredient you need for success in marketing your small business. From logos and flyers to social media and videos, Bo Digital can create the marketing you need to set yourself apart. Oh, and they build websites too. Not only do they help my small business, but did you know that they help many others around Kokomo too, including Solidarity Community Credit Union, the Lindy Owsley and Chanel Cahill Real Estate Team, Hope Behavioral Services, and even the Kokomo Symphony. Let Bo build a custom plan for you today. Learn more at bowdigital.com. That's BOWE digital.com.
So she has this baby. Her baby is 2 weeks old. And she goes to visit her parents in Royerton. I believe she lived close, either in Muncie or Royerton, kind of like over there out in that area. And grandparents love seeing their new grandbaby. They're all excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this family dynamic situation is super rough. So you're going to have to like follow along here.
Okay.
All right.
We got the family tree going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, kind of. Like I said, Ashley had been married, but her and her husband had separated.
Okay.
It is unclear exactly when that separation occurred.
Okay.
In 2012, Ashley had met another man.
Okay.
61-year-old Daniel York. Ashley is 27.
He's how old?
He's 61.
I'm so bad at math, but that is two numbers that are way too far apart.
34 years apart. Yeah, that I am 33, so it is literally my entire lifetime apart.
That's nasty.
Yeah. So honestly, like when I saw the picture of Mr. York here, like I would have never in a million years guessed he was 61.
Honestly, though,
but still,
we have to. Okay, they're two consenting adults, so I guess it's.
I mean,
like she's how old?
27.
I mean, she's an adult. Now we don't need to know that when he was 34, she was born.
Yeah.
If you put it that way, that's gross.
That's super. That's like me picking an unborn child right now.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
That's super nasty.
Yeah.
But if we look at as two consenting adults, and he was a youthful for his age, it sounds like spry young man, maybe. Whatever, you do you. Go ahead. I think it's weird, but go ahead.
It's gonna get weirder. So Daniel York, mechanic. He's a mechanic. All right.
Of course he is.
And Ashley had needed her car fixed, having a lot of car issues.
I was literally just about to say, did he fix her car?
Oh yeah, fixed it real good. She was not in a great financial situation when this incident came up, and again, she's like not with her husband, so she doesn't know what to do.
Oh no.
So, and now listen, a lot of what I'm going to say today is, according to Ashley's dad, who gave an interview like in 2015, I think.
Okay.
It was a lively interview.
Okay.
And so yeah, just that's all coming.
Okay.
So according to Ashley's dad, his name is Don Morris, York had offered to fix her car in exchange for prescription drugs. Again, she did not have money. But she had prescription drugs.
He just straight up asked this?
I wasn't there.
I don't know.
And again, this is
never been asked that.
according to her dad. Okay, so,
Somehow or another, an agreement was made.
From everything I could tell, until this York guy comes into play, Ashley and her parents were very close.
Okay.
So Ashley's dad like hates this guy. But like they were close up until then, apparently. All right. So regardless of whether that is true or not, a relationship definitely started there between Ashley and 61-year-old Daniel York.
Good.
From there, York ended up allowing her to stay at a rental property that he had. Sometimes she would pay rent, sometimes she wouldn't. Ashley had 2 sons that lived with her on the rental property. And these were both from her marriage with her separated husband.
Okay.
So, she's living there with these kids. She's got this like 61-year-old like mechanic boyfriend that's like sugar daddy helping her out or whatever. Well, and these boys were under 5. Okay. Like I didn't get exact ages, but they're under 5. And they like didn't get along with York or something. Like he didn't like them or they didn't like him or something. So he insisted that they go live with their father instead of living with Ashley. Like he was like they need to go live with their dad.
He didn't get along with small children?
Apparently.
Okay. Red flag number
73.
I was gonna say 30.
The first red flag was
The first red flag was when he
I'll give you work for
exchange prescription drugs for car work.
that was number 1.
Red was that flag.
That's 61.
When he was that much older, and this is the third red flag to me. So third red flag.
Yeah. So she does. She takes them to
What?
the father. Yeah.
I would literally. Someone told me that I had to get rid of my children.
That's what I'm saying. And like the dad, like he's still technically married to her, and he's like, these are my boys. Like
So he takes.
he takes, of course.
Yeah.
You know. And so yeah, she went along with that. So let's fast forward to the daughter's birth. Again, the timeline on the separation is like real fuzzy. And
Let's see where this is going.
so yeah, there is no way to know for sure whose baby this is
Procreate at the age of 60
without
Sold.
jeez, without a paternity test. So like going into this, just know that, like
does she say she doesn't know?
she says that it's York's,
Which is who?
the new guy, like
York
61.
is
Daniel York is the
60.
61-year-old. I
Can we
did
just
not
refer to him as the 60-year-old.
sure.
Thank you.
I did not include
The ex's name.
correct
Okay.
because
we
again,
have the
this is in the
ex,
area.
and we
He
have-
didn't do anything wrong.
We have the
Like,
ex and the 61-year-old.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Again, she fully believes
She says it's the 60-year-old man's.
that it's Daniel York's baby. But they
God doesn't even want it.
did not want to do a paternity test, which is like,
I'm sure she didn't.
yeah.
He didn't want the kids if they were
So
his.
Daniel has some money,
The
and he
mechanic?
yes, we'll get into it. So he actually paid for a private room at the hospital, was like, we don't want anybody else. Her family couldn't come in.
Oh,
Yeah, like it was, and her family was very upset about
I
this.
bet.
Didn't want anybody else in. And
She
again,
was on board with it? Like, she was okay without having her...
apparently she was on board with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's just more coming here. But yeah, no other family allowed in. Parents were not allowed in. They were not happy about it. Daniel York is married. The 61-year-old guy, currently married during this time.
This whole time?
His wife,
What?
56-year-old Sheila York. Yeah, they're married. So they give birth to the daughter. She's in the hospital
Where's
in this
Sheila?
private
Does she know
room.
about this?
Does not know. Has no knowledge about this.
So she doesn't know that A, her husband is dating a
27-year-old.
woman. B, got said 27-year-old one pregnant,
Correct.
allegedly. And C, that she's living in his rental property?
Correct.
She doesn't know any of this?
Well, she knows that she's living on the rental property,
But she doesn't-
because Sheila would go to the rental property to collect rent
Oh, from the tenant?
from the tenant.
The just tenant that we don't know. We're just getting their rental money?
Yeah.
Oh, nah.
After Ashley had the baby,
No.
she would come over and like, oh, can I hold the baby?
No.
Correct. Yes. That happened. That happened.
Oh.
So yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
David?
Daniel.
Daniel. You
All right.
let that go that far.
So let's talk about this time here for Ashley, okay? So at this time, she has a daughter who's just 2 weeks old. Ashley is going through an extreme amount of stress. She is basically a single mother. I mean, he's in and out.
Yeah.
Like, she's handling a newborn baby by herself, which it's stressful for you and I to do it.
Oh my, yeah.
So she's by herself for that.
Very stable relationship.
Her boyfriend tells her, we have to tell my wife about this. Like, I have a baby. Like, we have to tell my wife. So he's going to tell the wife, stressing about that. She's going through the process of getting a divorce with her separated husband. And there is a warrant out for her arrest.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when her and her husband separated, they apparently both left the house that they were living in, and each thought the other one was taking care of the dogs. But nobody was taking care of the dogs, so she was charged with neglect and did not show up for a court date that she allegedly did not know about. Don't show up for a court date, warrant for your arrest.
Oh my.
So she has all of that happening all at the same time in this September of 2013.
And she's 27.
27. Next.
Did you know the Jefferson House of Flowers has been a local Kokomo florist for almost 100 years? Our trained designers make beautiful arrangements for literally any occasion. You can send flowers for any reason. Birthdays, anniversaries, get well, congratulations. The list goes on. We make flowers for funerals, weddings, proposals, and even proms. Let's be honest. Receiving flowers, whether you're at home or at your work, it makes you feel special. You get butterflies and you feel loved, and that's what sending flowers is all about, the feeling it creates. Call us at 765-452-8269 and let us create something special and send it out for you. Or you can stop in and see us at 4300 West, 100 North Kokomo. We always have a cooler full of flowers that are ready to go, as well as a boutique full of gifts. Shop local, support local, and send flowers.
So let's go back to the September 19th. Her parents finally get to see the granddaughter. They take her over there. They're all excited. They have a good visit. There's a family reunion on September 22nd that Ashley attends. Like a week later, her parents try to get a hold of her. Again, they're not talking like every day, but they're like fairly close. Mm-hmm. Less close now because of this dirtbag. Yeah, but like still like they live nearby. Like
giving very narcissistic vibes.
Oh yeah.
Abusive, narcissistic vibes.
Yeah,
for sure.
So they call her and doesn't answer. Whatever. Adults, baby, like maybe it's sleeping, not a big deal. Try to call her again. Happens. Whatever. A few days like go by of this, and so finally it's at the point now where it's been like a couple weeks since they've seen her, since they've seen the grandbaby, like everything. So they go over to her house and leave a note on the door that say like, hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you. Like, please call me back. Nothing. A couple days after that, they drive by the house and saw that the note was gone. And so her mom's like, well, let's leave another note. So they go leave a second note, but then he's like, you know what? No, I'm freaking calling this guy. So he calls old Daniel York.
Okay, yeah.
Daniel York. So you ready for Daniel's story?
I'm sure it's going to be great.
He tells Ashley's...
Super believable.
He tells Ashley's parents that she stole $15,000.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Okay.
And was headed to Kentucky.
Okay.
She said she was eventually going to try to get to Florida, but she needed to go to Kentucky first. Took $15,000. He said the boys were at her father's, and he left the baby girl with me.
She left the baby
with 61-year-old Daniel York and his 56-year-old wife, Sheila York.
Oh, no, he did not. So they have the baby? Did he tell his wife that it's his baby?
Yes. He told the wife that was his baby.
So he tells the wife that it's his baby, and then she disappears.
So the parents were like, absolutely not.
I'm saying like, absolutely
not. They immediately file a missing persons report. Dad's like ready to kill this Daniel York guy.
Very close to us, right?
Yeah, right down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, what is going on? Okay.
As they start talking to family, they find out that Ashley hadn't texted her brother back in almost 2 weeks, and her and her brother were like close. Like they talked like pretty much every day. Okay. And she had never mentioned anything about Kentucky or Florida or any of that.
Reason to be going to Kentucky? Like.
So. According to Dan, so when the police come talk to York, because they're like, yeah, that's a freaking far-fetched story.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, she has a warrant for arrest. She just had this baby. Okay. We just had to tell my wife this is actually my baby. That didn't go well. I gave her $10,000 to go start over, and she took it and went to Kentucky. That's what Daniel York tells the police.
It's much more believable.
Like neglecting dogs is the worst crime. Like we got to go on the run for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, nobody goes on the run.
No, nobody runs away from that, okay. and nobody ditches their newborn child.
Other
yeah.
children.
But that's his story, and he feels that he has every right to be in custody of his daughter. Although, again, they have not yet done a paternity test. And there is a real chance that it could be Ashley's husband's.
Did her husband ask for paternity?
Oh, yeah, he sues for a paternity test.
Okay. So this whole time he's like, that's my baby.
Yeah, well, and again, you're talking like weeks, a month after the baby's born. Yeah. There's like a lot of like he didn't know baby was born. I mean, like it's not like she told him when she went into labor, like all these things. So there's like a lot of like gray area around that. He eventually, and I couldn't find exactly what month, but like he sues for a paternity test. Her husband does. So yeah, Ashley's parents did not buy any of this, and they were furious, and they go to the police. They're basically like, well, I mean, he said that he gave her money and she left on her own.
And she's an adult and she can do that.
This guy has had a significant amount of interaction with druggies and different walks of life.
Where did he get all this money from?
And
he said he had a lot of money.
So one of the detectives, as they're like initially starting this, is like, yeah, Ashley probably had an overdose, is what the detective tells the dad.
Okay.
To which he's like, furious.
Yeah.
And like gets mad at him and is like, no, she doesn't. Like she would never leave her family. Like she wouldn't overdose. Like, she just had a baby. Like she's been doing better. Like all this stuff.
Did she have a drug history?
She has her own prescription that it seems, I don't want to say she abused it, but like she
sold it. So
that's the idea that I'm getting from the articles that I read. But yeah, like, I don't know if it was like painkillers that she gets and so the detective is like, tells Ashley that she had an overdose, and he's like, where's the body then? Like, what you don't just like disappear.
Say that.
You can't just say that. And so he was like, pushed them, like, where's the body? Like, you said she had an overdose. You said that. Will not relentlessly pursues this detective. Good. The detective eventually says, I never said that.
Oh.
I never said anything about an overdose. Like, you put those words in my mouth. Like, I don't know where she is, blah, blah, blah. Like, she probably left. He said she left. Like, that's the police is like, he said he gave her $10,000 and she walked. So they're like furious. The parents decide to go to the papers. They're like, okay, we're willing to pay to put out articles to get the word out there. And this is in like Muncie, like the Delaware County paper. I forget what it's called, Muncie Gazette or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. Some big paper in Muncie. They're like, we're going to do this. And the police stop them and say, this is an ongoing investigation. You can't do that. This is an ongoing investigation. You can't put ads in the paper right now. So then the parents are like, then what are you doing? Like, they're writing the parents, and time just keeps ticking away. Like, no, the brother's not hearing from the sister. There is no communication. And the baby during this time is just with 61-year-old Daniel York and his 56-year-old wife.
I bet they are livid.
They're livid.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Her parents and that husband thinking, like, that's our baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And this rando just has her. And also, this rando seems probably responsible for her being missing. Like, what in the world?
So the as this goes on, the parents are like, we want a copy of the case file. And this is a little bit like further down the road. I'm kind of like jumping ahead to this, but this is just like telling you how this case is going so far.
Right.
They want a copy of the case file, and the police said, no, it's too expensive. We would have to charge you. And again, this is according to the dad in the interview.
Okay.
Who is all fired up about this. So, okay. Do I believe every single thing the dad said?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. But this is like what he said. He said they told him that they would have to charge him 70 cents per page for the case file. To which he said,
like, copy it?
Bet. I mean, like, he was like, give me the case file. 70 cents, like, who cares?
Yeah.
So he keeps calling and calling. When can I get it? Finally, he freaking goes in. He goes in.
Give him the case file?
Again, this is like further down the road when, like, I can't remember if they how we got to this point.
Open investigation, they wouldn't even be able. They'd be like, no.
Right. So this is further down the road. I jumped to this point. I forget when this happened, but I jumped to this point to show you exactly how it was working out for this case.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually gets in there and he's like demanding it, and they give it to him, and they said, you know what, this one's on the house because it is a page and a half long.
What?
A page and a half.
1 page? The entire case?
Furious. He was furious. So then he's like trying to get anybody that will listen. There was another instance where one of the family friends was walking around Muncie putting up flyers. Like they're putting flyers everywhere. Like Ashley's missing. Like I've seen the flyers. Yeah. They have these flyers that they like paid to print and put it out. According to this family friend,
70 cents a copy, probably.
a police officer pulls her over and tells her to take the flyers down because that girl has already been found. To which this family friend is like, thank God.
Oh, I bet.
Like, also, like, I didn't even know. So she calls the family. She's like, when did Ashley get back? Like, I had no idea. They're like, Ashley's not back. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, this police officer just told me that she's been found.
Oh, my
So,
gosh.
again,
Badge number, please. Like,
the
what are you
parents
even doing?
livid.
Wow.
And like, why is there so much pushback to find her
It
daughter?
sounds like they're not trying to find her, but also like actively trying to not.
Exactly. Like, why does this 61-year-old man who is older than her parents, who does not have proven biological parental rights, he did sign the birth certificate like a month later after the baby was born, like after Ashley was like gone. He signed the birth certificate.
Whoa.
But they told people that he signed it on the day she was born. Like at first when I was reading, I thought that was a discrepancy, but too many reports are like, no, he signed it later. So I don't know if she was like, let's take a paternity test first to find out if it's yours or not. Like, I don't know. You know, it's just like, that's what came to my mind.
I don't
like,
know. I mean, I don't know if like in the hot. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, she's married to someone else. Like, why do these people get to keep custody of this kid?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Like this should be not happening. The parents furious. So let's, again, we kind of fast forward. I want to talk about Muncie for a moment here. Then we can take a deeper look at Mr. York. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Delaware County, where Muncie is.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in 2013, and I believe it was the same in 2020. I don't know if it stands this now. Highest number of missing person cases in the state of Indiana.
From Muncie?
From Muncie.
What?
When I first read that, I think you have Ball State, but
What's
we
the
would hear about it.
population?
We would hear, it's like Kokomo.
No, I was just saying, it's not that large of a city.
Right. Like if it was college students though, like you'd hear about it.
But yeah.
So it's not, and you gotta think how much of Muncie is Ball State, like population wise, like a chunk.
Yeah.
You'd think.
I'm
So
gonna look up population of Ball State or how many people go to Ball State.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
but yeah, highest number of missing person cases in the state of Indiana.
That's insane.
Several of
So
them.
Ball State University has 21,900 students.
Okay. And I'm saying it's not college
Just
students.
kidding. That was 2016. 2024, it's 20,000. So.
Okay.
But like you said, it's not a bunch of college.
We would
students
know.
have gone missing. Yeah.
That would be frontline news, front page news.
That's crazy. I would have been like Indianapolis.
Grant County,
or
or
Wayne.
I would have said Grant County before I said Delaware County, just because like Marion,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, Delaware County was the highest number of missing person cases during that time.
Steer clear over there, folks.
Listen to this. Several of them are linked to our guy, Daniel York,
What?
as well as some deaths.
What? I was getting like small town like guy that has money can make things disappear vibes when you're talking like everybody knows but nobody talks about it, or everybody knows but they don't, there's like small town rumors, whispers around them type thing. Like every town has like the one guy that has a lot of money. This one's sketchy.
And this, again, like he's a mechanic drug dealer guy. Like my thing is, I don't understand why he would ever have pull with the police, but just like hear what I'm about to say, okay? Everything I'm about to tell you,
Police corruption?
everything I'm about to tell you is from 2010 to 2015.
Okay.
There was a woman who, and I got the names mixed up on this because it's like, holy crap, like there's so many different like red yarn stuff here. There was a woman who died in a hotel room fire.
Okay.
Daniel York had paid for the room. The hotel didn't burn down. The one room was completely lit up on fire and she died in there.
Who was she? Like
It was like like a lady in her 20s. It wasn't
a sex worker?
It wasn't Ashley. There was really no information about the girl in this case. I was like trying to look up these other ones, because like they had nothing to link him to this girl. Like, there was no, like, oh, like, nobody was like,
Yeah, we saw them together.
Never. There was no, like, circles they would have been serious, but he paid for the room. And so, like, you would think it was, like, a prostitute or something, and then he just killed her. Like, that's what you would think, I guess, right?
Or a lover that was going to go to his wife, and I mean. So
but
he didn't
that
get
just
looked at for that?
Because they couldn't link him to it other than paying for
That
the room.
is a link, though. What
100%.
you're saying is the link.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
You can't link it.
Couldn't agree more.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't link him to it.
There
Like,
was
literally the link.
Yeah. There was another woman. One source said Rihanna, one said Brianna. So
Okay.
she died in a very brutal way. Beheaded, and I believe one of her arms was cut off.
Excuse me?
I said what I said.
Muncie.
In Muncie. Her friend said that Daniel York had threatened to her that if she didn't do whatever it was that he was saying, that she would have her arms and head cut off.
What?
That's what the friend is like. My friend who died this way said that if Daniel York told her that if she didn't do this, but nothing could stick. They couldn't. It was just this crazy friend telling a story.
What in the world is happening over there?
A man named Jeremy Johnson, who allegedly was involved with caretaking.
Jeremy Johnson.
Not this one.
Well, I hope it's not this one.
He was allegedly involved with caretaking for Ashley's daughter. Because, again, they have a newborn. They have a family. Like, he's a mechanic. Like, he is this guy. A lot of people were in and out of the house. So this guy was somehow involved with, like, the caretaking of Ashley's daughter, according to the people that gave me, or the interview that Ashley's dad did, was like one of the people that was in the house when they were there was this Jeremy Johnson.
That's weird, but okay.
And again, I don't know if he was like, oh, I'm the babysitter, but like he was in the house when she was living in the house.
Family friend, maybe. Okay, whatever.
Living in the house when the baby was living in the house.
Okay.
He's been missing since 2014. Straight up missing persons
or
case.
He just was in.
He was living in / frequently at the York house. The York house where the baby was being cared for after Ashley was gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's been missing since 2014. Ashley went missing in 2013.
What in the heck?
Another woman OD'd on drugs that York had given her while he was in her presence. He did not help her. He left her to die. She was in a vegetative state for like a year before she died. Because she OD'd on drugs that he gave her, and he was with her when it happened.
And he's not in jail for any of this?
York's own son overdosed in York's house with extremely sketchy circumstances while Ashley's daughter was actually in the house.
Oh?
Like, the baby girl was in the house when that happened, and he died. York's son died in his house ODing on the drugs that York had given him. And the circumstances around that were very sketchy. It was something to do with, like, he had food in his mouth or something. Like, he wouldn't have, like, I don't know. I didn't really understand that part of it, but it was sketchy circumstances, to say the least.
Johnny, question for you.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere in Kokomo and it wasn't our house and it wasn't the flower shop, where would I be?
Easy. Humble home.
Yes, you're right. You guys, listen up. Humble Home is my absolute favorite place to be for so many reasons. No matter what I'm looking for, I always check Humble Home first. Clothes, shoes, toys, decor, furniture, makeup, they literally always have something that I need. They have brand name items for cheap. Their inventory is constantly changing, so it's part of my weekly routine to do a Humble Home walkthrough. You absolutely need to stop by. I promise you won't be disappointed. While it is a discount store, it's not your average discount store. It's clean, organized, and everything has its place. I get zero anxiety when I go in, unlike other discount stores. And no matter what you're shopping for, a home project, gifts, home decor, even seasonal decor, they will have it. They are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 5. You can follow them on Facebook at Humble Home Kokomo and watch for new items every single day. And for our Lafayette, Indiana listeners, I have exciting news. They are opening a second location in Lafayette soon. As soon as I have the details, I will let you know their opening date. Get excited.
So this guy is obviously a really bad guy, big into drugs, big into young women, not good. I think it's safe to say that he had some friends in law enforcement somehow to be able to not be prosecuted for any of that. At the very least, this is all a very bad look for the Delaware County Sheriff's Department, right? I mean, like I'm not the one that throws shade at anybody or calls out, but like
not, but like do
what
your
is
job.
happening? Yeah. And I guess they could come and say like, oh, this guy's crazy with all these accusations, but like some of them were like cited in other places outside of his interview. A couple of them, the only place I've seen any of that was his interview, but that's still out there, you know. So yeah, after
I'm literally speechless.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So after 2 years, a lot of litigation happening. The husband is suing for a paternity test, like all this stuff's happening. Crazy. So less than 2 years after she goes missing, Daniel York and his wife Sheila York and the baby girl moved to North Carolina less than 2 years after Ashley goes missing.
The hell?
Shortly after the move, Daniel York dies. Like suddenly dies. Like it was some heart-related thing. Like just died. It's probably like all of the drugs that was going on there. But he dies. So the Mullis family,
That's awful.
the
He
parents,
didn't have to freaking
no,
pay
never
for
paid for
any
it.
of this.
Well, he is now, I guess. But
Well,
so the Mullis family immediately sues Sheila York for visitation rights, and they're going to go further than that because this woman has no biological reason to have this baby.
yeah, I mean, she is.
Yeah. So Sheila says, you can't do that because I legally adopted this baby.
Make it stop. What?
Legally adopts this baby in Florida. They moved to North Carolina, found out that the adoption process was a little easier in Florida, so they scoot down to Florida and adopt this baby. Legit, like she did adopt this baby. Like this is true. The baby is
You know how hard
has
it
been
is
adopted.
to like, undo an adoption?
Well, it's a lot less hard when you forge the whole freaking thing.
Oh, God.
I was gonna say the
printed it off
her,
the internet.
her
and
parents
signed
are
it
like,
and
or like Ashley's parents, the grandparents are like, that can't be true because they would have had to have notifications and signatures and all this stuff.
Yeah,
because they're the maternal grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sheila just lied on everything. No
my
living relatives, no maternal grandparents. Like she lied all over the adoption papers. That's super illegal. So fast forward to 2023, which is last freaking year. Well, more than a year ago now. Sheila gets arrested for kidnapping in North Carolina. They go and get her in North Carolina because at this point,
About time they did something.
everything
Follow
is
the law
illegal at
there,
this
but,
point.
Like,
Yeah.
so did they get
mean,
the baby back?
This baby is 11 years old. It's not a baby anymore.
At this, yeah, that's
So like when she gets arrested, she's like 10 years old.
Oh.
She has been in the North Carolina oh gosh, why am I forgetting the term for that? Like Department of Social Services. There's been no update. This was like late in 2023. Like she was released on bond, but I don't think you get your kid back when that happens.
But when she got arrested, did she go back to her real grandparents?
No, she went to the Department of Social Services in North Carolina.
Why didn't they give him back to her Why haven't they done a paternity test yet?
So
He was
he's
babysitted.
dead.
Okay, but the real dad,
What do you supposed? Oh, on the kid, right?
Yeah.
Like that should be
they'd be like, okay, either you're the dad,
Yeah.
or it's the dad. If you're not, it's the dad. guy.
exactly. So I'm
And
sure
if it
that's
is the dead
I'm
guy,
sure
then
that's
his wife
coming.
can keep it
Why everything has
for
been
not him.
so dragged out? Like I do not know. I do not know why this wasn't like an easily quick.
This is a complete just cluster
Yeah.
over here. Like, what is going on in Muncie?
Yeah. Well, and then again, like originally it was like nobody was really moving and like nobody realized like how serious everything, like the whole picture was. And so it's just been this like wild ride of tips coming in and like people realizing how serious this is, that there's a kid like that's this poor kid. The kid has honestly had the worst run for all this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So there have been several tips come forward about what happened to Ashley.
we're missing Midwest. Where the heck is she?
But the problem is like a lot of these tips are coming from like druggies that were
not
like
reliable.
not reliable. And clients of people that liked York, clients of people that didn't like York. Like, there's all kinds of like different ways that the parents have heard that she died, like different ones. Like, if you hear one a bunch of times, then you're like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But when you hear a bunch of different ones, you're like, how can I believe any of these?
Exactly. Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, I know what I think happened.
Right. Me too.
Wait, I want to. What do you think happened?
I think she was killed somewhere.
Well, by who?
Probably York or his people. Like, I can see how York being like, okay, you minions, druggy minions, like, free meth for a month. If you,
I was thinking Sheila.
I mean, that's possible, but like, why would either one of them do it when they clearly have so many people covering up all their other stuff?
Yeah.
Eventually, the state police take over the case. Like, again, it takes a while for that to happen.
I'm glad somebody did.
So like, there have been some credible tips, enough to have a search conducted at a property owned by York in 2020. So that's like 7 years after she's missing, but they searched this property. No remains were found, but they did collect some items that they deemed like important to the case. Never released what that was. Who knows what that could be? I have no idea. But you know, that's kind of the last update that has happened in the case before Sheila gets arrested in 2023. So like, they collect items in 2020, Sheila gets arrested in 2023. Once all that litigation and everything plays out, I'm sure there will be like updates that we'll give you as soon as like they're available. Yeah, because like, I mean, because like the thing is like, this girl should be coming back to Muncie.
Yeah.
From North Carolina. And at this point, she's been in North Carolina for a year longer than, I mean,
I'm like still shocked that this is even ongoing.
Yeah.
And everything that you've told me.
Yeah. It was a wild one. Someone knows something, and I believe that someone is Sheila York.
So, yeah.
Like, 100%.
And she's just where? In jail? Or not?
In North Carolina. She got out on bail. She was out on bail. Again, they had money.
She might have came back.
I don't think she's coming anywhere around here.
Probably not.
But, you know, right as of right now, the dad believes that she was murdered. The mom actually believes that she was sold into sex trafficking. Whoa. Just because they've never been able to find a body or any clues towards a body, and he was involved with the dark world and those kind of things. Like, that's what they believe. She was 27. Like, that's what mom believes, unfortunately.
No one believes that she left and started.
No one believes that. No one believes that. Although, except for the police at the beginning, I guess. Sheila maintains, though, that they gave her money and then she went off to start a new life. Like, that's what Sheila maintains. Like, we gave her the opportunity to start a new life.
Yeah, Sheila, I'm sure you were real happy to find out that your husband had gotten somebody pregnant and was letting her live basically rent-free in one of your houses.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I have a new baby. No, Sheila.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
As far as I can tell, with everything that's publicly available right now, Ashley's daughter is still in the Department of Social Services in North Carolina. But man, you know, like the hotel fire, Brianna, Jeremy Johnson, the lady that OD'd and left her to die. People. His own son died in his house with Ashley's baby there. Like, oof. That's a lot. That's a lot for me to be like, oh yeah, he probably just out of the kindness of a heart gave this woman $10,000 to start a new life.
No, that's a lot of honestly just so.
He didn't give any of those other people $10,000 to start a new life.
Trashy stuff.
Yeah, that's bad.
They're like, what's happening with all of that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Daniel. I wish he would have got what was coming to him better though. Like, I wish he could have went to jail for all of that.
Yeah, stay clear of all that stuff over there, Muncie.
Yeah. Goodness.
This podcast is a So.Will.I.Studos production. So will I.
Stanley Cleaning Company has an exciting new service they are offering, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Laundry. Yes, they will come to your house, and for $15 a load, they will pick it up, take it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to you. This is something I have dreamed about since I became an adult and started doing laundry on my own. Hit them up and get your place cleaned and your laundry done by my friends over at Stanley Cleaning Company. You can find them on Facebook or give her a call or a text at 765-860-3606.